Okay, so first config is working, the polled printf. Let's go further now and look into our project and get the data streamer working. Okay, so let's close the data visualizer. Let's close our main here. Let's close MCC. It's going to close now. And we're going to Ctrl Shift P, MPLAB, MCC, and launch. This time we're going to use the data streamer config. Okay, so our pseudo configuration of the I2C host example opens. We haven't gone through most of these steps, so we're going to do that now. I'll keep going a bit faster because most of the basic config is going to be the same. Okay, so add component I2C host, we've done that. Dependency selector, yes, we have selected that, and as we saw before, there is only one I2C, so it is connected on our board. We're going to rename our custom name to I2C host, and interrupt-driven, yes, which is the default. This is different to last time. We changed that to polled, well, turned off interrupts. We're going to select pins, so we still have this open from before. Curiosity pinouts for all C nanos, so serial data is RB2, serial clock is on RB1. Pin grid view, we can also hide this here, pin grid view. RB2 is serial data, so RB1 is serial clock. Okay. So now, timer, we don't have a delay, we add a timer, we've done that. Select any plib, we've done that. Interrupt driven, yes, which is the default, and 100 milliseconds. So, yes, interrupt driven, and 100 milliseconds, no issues there. And those are done. We didn't have an error, so we didn't have to handle it. Select a LED pin, RF3, and name it LED. Okay, so we are very efficiently through the basic example config part, and now the data streamer. There's no UART. If not available, go to the content manager. We don't need to do that, but we would find that here. Add component, data streamer library, it adds the UART, we do that. Now, uint16 proximity, so at this level, variable name proximity uint16, and frame count, which is a uint8, which is the default. Okay, we can also remove the configured components. That looks good. Back to our I2C example. plib selector, we have selected one, and we know that it's 1, 3, or 5, which work with the embedded debugger 1, 1, 5. And here we can see it's set by the data visualizer. So if we go into the UART, we can even see this. Field is being set by the dependent module. So we can't actually change it here. It will be overridden in Melody. So that is good. Interrupt settings, yes. So yes, we're going to use interrupts. Select pin for UART TX. So UART TX is RF0. RF0 is TX. RF1 is RX. We don't need both, but it's just a habit. IO debug RB4 pins. Okay, so basic config should be done. Going to generate code in exactly the same way as before, and so we're going to generate code, come back to our data streamer examples. We can see user output generated there. We can Ctrl X. Okay, so we need to know which timer this is. This is a to-do. So we need to always double check for to-dos when using the example components. And so timer was timer 0. And doesn't look like anything else, but note that there was a task routine before. Okay, Ctrl Shift P, clean and build, data streamer. Building is good. Let's run and debug, but we're going to come here, data streamer, and we're going to start debugging on the Curiosity Nano. Now, I'm just going to point out something here. Data Visualizer setup from variable streamers tab import.ds file. Okay, so here's a typical data streamer configuration where you're putting in the variables and variable types. And so open Data Visualizer, import. Go into MCC generated files, data streamer, find the DS file and import it. Select your source, and you should see something like this. So Ctrl Shift P, MPLAB Data Visualizer. So variable streamer, import, generated files, data streamer. There's our DS file. Save. Okay, there's our variables. Select our source. 115 is the default. Remember that we have to start streaming before we will see anything. It doesn't matter which order we add things. Go to connections. We can put this in the terminal. Not the Debug IO on the terminal. No, we want to put the COM port on the terminal. There we go. There we're getting frames now. Because we have 03 FC, which means that that's our start and end byte. We can also add our Debug IO. There we go. Debug IO. Okay, and can make some space for the proximity, which is the most interesting of the variables. Now we got a nice plot of what is happening there of these two variables. But note that we've had to do a bit of work with these variables. Yeah, so there's proximity and frame count, but we have had to initialize these in the data streamer, and we have to update them specifically for the data streamer frame, and then send that frame in order. So in the next video we're going to look at the DV runtime and show how this is actually a little bit simpler. Okay, so